since you're social media people, at Business Week, I sort of carved out this place for myself as a social media person, because I had the opportunity to write a cover story on blogs. The editor, basically during the 2004 presidential race, he saw how important bloggers were, and he wasn't very interested in it, but he knew that it was something that we should be writing about. So he said, would somebody just do a cover story on blogs? And I said, I'll do it. So Heather Green and I did this story on blogs, and I think it was the most ingenious thing that we ever did at Business Week, because basically we said, we are going to use this cover story on blogs to introduce our blog, and that blog hopefully will be a little rowboat that will let us float away when Business Week sinks. And so we did that, and the cover story called "Blogs Will Change Your Business" came out. It got a lot of attention, and that blog, blogspotting.net, which is now basically dead, had its biggest day on its first day, because it had a nationwide magazine promoting it. After that it went down, but it still was kind of a happening blog for a while, and it really helped me because it put me into the world of social media, and that's where the future was. And it was interesting because the two things that I was covering in 2005 were social media, because we were doing this new blog, and what later became my book, this whole analytics thing. And if you think about what killed Business Week, it was all the new media and all the difficulty, the choices that both advertisers and readers had for information in social media, and the immediacy of social media, the relevance of it, and then the power of Google and other companies to analyze data, target advertising, and beat the pants off of traditional media in that business. And so I feel like I covered the two industries that killed my job. So Business Week was bought by Bloomberg, which incidentally is a data company. And I got fired. I mean, I asked. You know, I feel bad saying this because they fired. I asked to be fired, and they fired me, and I'm on severance now, and it was something I celebrated. But I think it's very likely that they would have fired me anyway, because they fired many of my very talented colleagues that wanted to stay there, and so I think maybe I was on the way out anyway. So I got out of Business Week, and I got a contract with the same editor, Houghton Mifflin, who did the Numerati, to do my next book, which is about this IBM project to build a computer that can beat the best Jeopardy players in the world at the game of Jeopardy. And it's a very interesting project because it involves teaching a computer to understand the nuance of human language and to understand very, very complicated questions. And then to go through millions of documents that it has stored inside its own head, and within seconds find the answers. Well, in Jeopardy they get kind of the answer's a question, but yeah, the answers that are most likely to be the correct answer, to put a score, a probability on each potential answer for how much confidence it has in it, and then to come up with a game strategy and figure out whether it's willing to buzz and bet on that question. And so I think it's fascinating, and I'm really having fun with the project. And so I came here today, I give this speech, and I'm interviewing people at MIT tomorrow about artificial intelligence, and that goes into the book. And I just think it's a great privilege to be able to work. You know what I found out when I was doing the Numerati? And I hope nobody here from the piece will be offended. I love talking to researchers, and I love talking to entrepreneurs. I do not really like talking to executives at big publicly traded companies because it's, it has a lot to do with positioning and one thing or another. And I really love talking to researchers. And So that's what I'm talking. Like I'm not even putting in for an interview with Sam Palmisano at IBM. It's not worth the trouble. I'm talking to the researchers. They're the people that are doing the fascinating stuff. So, I would be happy to take any questions you have about Business Week. Oh, one thing I wanted to say about